Louis wants to become an ICM.
What's up, everybody? This is the poker coaching study session, and today we're looking at ICM. Let's get started. So I say this is close.
Less of a three bet in ICM rich
Okay.
environment. This is 50% though, huh? Honestly, I think I'm just folding here.
Pure
There's a-
fold.
What about ace ten?
Old.
Ace
What ab-
10 might be where I'm starting to mix like three bets and things.
What about ace jack?
Yeah, dude, ace jack is
That's a good one.
definitely gonna be it's gonna be a good VPip. You're deep enough. Definitely deep enough.
So
Will it be
what's the worst
Alright,
ace
good.
that under the gun is opening? Offsuit.
Ace 10, ace 10.
Ace 10?
So if ace 10 is his worst hand that he's opening, why do you want to compete with the bottom of his range? Ace jack or better.
Isn't that what
Okay.
Matt has been saying? You take.
Is it like
This is
ace jack 3 bets 30%, folds the rest, and ace 10 is pure fold?
no, ace ten is a three bet.
Or is it
It's
ace
probably-
jack does like
yeah.
60? Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there it is. There it is.
Ace jack.
Yeah. When I think of range construction, I kind of came upon this the other day. If they're not opening it, I'm not calling it.
Right.
Right,
It's the
right.
old gap principle or whatever it used to be called back in the day,
Yeah.
that like to flat and open, you gotta have a stronger range than the opener, basically, or you
But
go
the-
like a pip above
Yeah.
his bottom.
Is he not opening ace ten?
He is,
Hey,
that's the worst
he
he
is.
opens.
That's his bottom, so we don't play his bottom, we gotta beat his bottom.
You're probably supposed to
Hmm.
call this, but I think low jack open versus small blind three bet. I'm playing fold unless he's crazy.
I don't think you're supposed to call. Why would you think you're supposed to call?
Suited king nine is pretty robust. You're definitely calling it from later positions. Maybe low jack, it's a bit early position though.
I
Is this
share your
something you-
sentiment, Galen.
Is this something you put in your 4-bet bluff then?
Yeah, that's a definitely a possibility, Pete. You're definitely four betting a hand like this from late position also. So I would not be surprised.
Maybe the 9 blocks some of his bluffs, though? I wonder
So
which kicker we
his-
prefer here.
His stuff is all offsuit Broadway, right? That he's 3-betting here.
Yeah,
Okay,
I think
so
his
the 9's
bluffs are
below
coming
then.
from, yeah, they are. It's coming from tens and jacks, I think is primarily where his bluffs are coming from.
Queen jack
Alright,
off,
this could be a good 4-bet then.
10 off.
Okay, don't even call here.
I think we call king 10 suited,
Yeah, let's
like
get
easily.
that 4-bet bluff.
Right, so you see
And I agree with you,
the
Galen.
the lightsaber response here.
If we were
Primary.
like, hijack here, I think we would call this a lot more.
Yeah,
Sorry,
you can
cut
see
off,
that.
cut off here.
No, yeah, no, you could definitely see that here. If it's doing this kind of a response from low jack or whatever it is, it's definitely gonna be more of a VPip from later position.
The burger. And then there's king 5. The old Cronin 4-bet.
Yeah, that's that's a wild one.
I remembered watching the replay yesterday. I was like, why? What made me think he was good? And then he found the king 5 4-bet. That's the one thing I was like, oh, interesting.
Hey, what happened?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, we called, but it was a fold.
Fold.
Okay, what's your calling range here?
Um, so I think like ace nine suited is probably supposed to call. Maybe mixing ace 10, ace jack off kind of stuff.
You know, I'm at ace seven off here.
I was
I'm
gonna
never
say, I
calling.
think ace ten is pretty easy call here, right? But I don't know how I feel about ace nine, so maybe that is the line.
So like solver wise, I think you're probably closer. Like I think a
But
solver may be like flicking in ace nine off or something.
yeah, and then I think ace seven suited Louis could be good.
Do you guys
Ace eight, ace
say
seven, I think.
ace eight offsuit is a fold?
Yeah, I think so, man.
Yes. But I might call it if I were the button, and yeah.
Probably, I mean, it
Yeah.
could be very break even in theory.
Oh, we open jam ace eight, ace nine.
Okay,
That makes that easier.
yeah, make your life a little easier.
And then, yeah, down to ace seven suited. I guess we are open jamming the lower ones too.
Alright, so let's look at the jamming range and let's ground that in reality. Okay, so very aggressive.
People
Uh,
will often not find king eight, queen nine.
yep.
That might be about all they're missing though, maybe like the ace seven.
What about queen ten off? Queen ten off. Queen jack
Okay, yeah,
off.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, you're right.
So I mean, I would say like if you have a aggressive player you're playing against, they're gonna find, I don't know, 80% of this pretty easily, pretty frequently. So if you remove some of this, how do you think it responds here? Like, do you think the equity of a hand like ace seven off is gonna be robust enough to stick around? I don't know.
That's the floor, man.
I would skip ace seven off.
You know, it's the floor. Against the net, you remove the floor, and against the loose aggressive, you call the floor.
Yeah.
So in my mind, it's like borderline call GTO.
Yeah, I would agree.
It's really, that's the one hand in that range that I would feel weird calling is ace seven off. Everything else looks pretty natural. Call or three bet?
Yeah, I think both are very reasonable options. You just
I
need to
wanna
beat them.
mainly call, I think.
I also take the call line. Typically,
King nine is going to do really well when the big blind joins the party and you make a flush multi-way.
right.
Yeah, we're also at that depth where we wanna maybe three bet more offsuit stuff, so we don't have to raise fold. Click on the small blind node, Louis. That always puts us in the wrong node. Yeah, the offsuit ones, and then the suited ones will call or jam mainly. Some of the suited eights getting in the mix though.
So you need to be a little bit more polar with the kings, basically.
Smidge, right? A
Worse
smidge
or
more.
better, right?
Yeah, it's just suited aces and suited kings do really well playing multi-way here.
We're also very deep, right?
They're great multi-way and it sucks to have to like three bet and fold to a jam.
Right. Yes, it does. We're gonna fold here.
Okay, but what's the floor? Cause this is a tough one.
UTG versus LoJack is a bit dicey, right? I mean, what are you doing with king, queen suited?
Mucking,
King, jack suited?
king, jack, mucking,
Pocket nines.
calling nine.
Eights
Probably
plus
calling nines.
ace jack off, ace 10 suited.
Ace jack off is just a snap muck. Ace ten off
I'm
is a snap
folding
muck.
ace jack, I think, most of the time here.
18 bigs, it's going to be resilient.
It's gonna be very close, right, Pete?
Yeah.
It's like the price is good for ace jack, but positions are really bad, I think.
So what does this guy need to be jamming to really support a hand like ace jack?
All aces?
All aces. You
No.
think he's taking ace four offsuit here and saying I'm all in from the low jack?
No, but I mean like, suited ones.
He
Ace
needs to be
three
he
suited.
needs to have a robust shoving range of the suited broadways.
Right, okay.
Your guy
Yeah, I
isn't
would agree.
shoving
No,
with
I would fold
10
seven
suited.
side. I would fold eights here, I think.
I don't know if I'm folding sevens or eights.
I'm drawing the line at eights personally. Like, I think a solver, it's a snap call, like a slam dunk call.
Yeah,
Similarly with, ace seven,
yeah.
What
or
do you
not
think
ace
the
seven,
worst
but
pair
ace
he
jack.
jams is, Galen?
From the low jack?
Yeah, I think eights is his bottom, so we have to fold
Probably.
eights.
Yeah, probably. Like, I mean, some players are gonna be a little looser. Some people are still gonna ball up sixes here and probably sail them in the center, but,
It's not
um,
always because he jams like eights that we pull eights.
right, no, that's true. It's a component though. It's definitely a component. It's part of the logic net that we kinda work with. Um,
Give us the answers, Louis. Wiring minds want to know.
So, okay, let's keep it simple. Suited eights,
Alright,
where do you stand? I'm at
ace
ace.
jack
10
plus.
Ace ten suited. Think you
Ace,
can't
ace
fold it.
jack suited, ace
Ace-
queen off.
You
I'm in it.
folding ace ten?
yes,
Off, ace ten suited?
Yeah,
Yeah,
think
I'm
I'm
gonna fold to
calling
low
ace
jack,
10.
yeah. If it was like small blind rejammed, I would call ace ten. I mean, if he had 20 bigs.
What
But
about
when
king,
it's like,
queen suited?
oh my
I think
gosh.
I'm
king queen's
calling king, queen, but only because we cover so much.
king queen's really annoying.
Fold
If
king queen suited.
I'm
he's got
calling
a
just
rope,
because we cover too
well,
much.
it just depends
Good
for
game.
me, I think. I was
Yeah.
gonna say, if he has a lot of three bets, I might slot it in, but if he is, I don't know, like 7% three bet, I'm just gonna fold that hand.
Can I guess his jam range?
Yeah,
Eights plus. King queen suited, king jack suited. Ace jack off plus. Ace ten, no, ace ten suited might find a flat occasionally. Yeah, I don't know about the suited ace branch, what he's doing. Let's just say ace ten suited plus.
Ooh,
okay, well, this feels
Wait,
alright.
I think oh, okay, I wanted to fold king queen suited, I wanted to fold eights here, but I had the ace branch correct.
Feel pretty good about this one.
I'm calling a bit too wide, I think, on ace jack, I'm never folding. Or it's close. I think I'm folding, but mixing. No,
Alright,
He's
so
been
we,
I'm
playing too
folding
many
because of
PKOs.
positions, that's right.
You're,
No, I'm folding because of position.
I mean,
yeah,
that's what
you
I
should be.
said, it's E EPP.
But ace ten I'm calling, I think, which is a mistake.
Not losing
Yeah,
much.
I mean, well,
Can we see the jam range? And then Galen can talk.
yeah, I was just saying, like, if you're a pip wider than like versus an optimal range, probably should be careful. And you were right, Danny, like the line's kinda drawn around eights. So
I
eights are
think
kinda
I
like,
nailed this too. I missed queen jack suited, king ten suited. And yeah, eights. Very good. Queen jack suited. Okay, yeah. That one feels a bit sketchy. King ten suited. Yeah, okay.
I'll raise here.
Don't you check this one a lot?
I'm
The
checking
ones
too
the
deep.
ones I am checking here are the suited ones, less than seven, like ace seven and below.
Mhm.
That's what I'm protecting my check back range with.
But you're so deep, you're gonna be mixing everything, no?
Which offsuit ones do you check? You're not checking any?
I mean, like to Louis just said, we are we are kinda deep, so you're definitely gonna see some checks. But typically, I'm not playing, check back with a hand like this.
Don't you raise the middling ones the most, like 6, 7, 8, 9? In theory, or am I
I
confused?
wouldn't raise, cause it's like, going into a gunfight with like, an old gun.
You have ace high,
It
but
could be
you're not gonna
working,
flop.
you don't know yet.
You don't flop well, right? So you kinda just wanna win. I think it's part of the idea with the offsuit ace branch. Like, if you don't flop an ace, you you're gonna not have a great time.
Mhm. What's the, well,
Can
I
we
was
see
gonna say,
that
what's,
range though?
yeah, the offsuit ace construction, range construction. A little
Is it
curious
6,
about it.
7, 8, 9 the most? Mm,
So, yeah, as you get deeper, it seems to start mixing between both branches. And like you said, like the chunky
junk.
ones. But this is also versus a range that's protected, which is, questionable if that's like actual reality too.
It's scary to play
Yeah.
blind against a human.
It
Against a
is.
machine, it's kind of easy. Against a human, you never know how it's gonna end up. Oh. What's this in play? I think I'm gonna have to switch to correct the hands a little
Make
bit.
the hands, yeah.
Ay, 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 ay. There's a bad
Mm,
one.
What is this, 50%?
hmm.
I
This is a
don't
So
great
know.
one. I have no clue.
I'm
you
calling
got a
maybe.
VPip. I think you got a VPip, obviously.
Ay, 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 ay.
I think I would fold in game, man. I would be
Sucks.
like, I don't
Oh,
know
so
what to do here. I'm out. I would
I'm-
call the button though.
I mean, it's probably gonna be a majority call and, some three bets. I think you do three bet this some. Nope, I had
ay,
it backwards. You just three
Oh,
bet.
baby, it's pure.
You just three bet it all of the time.
I kinda
I
had a
think it's cuspy to
feeling.
call. Rebet.
There you go, Pete. There you go.
Where are my nits at? Who's folding this here? Frank? You finding this pure?
Frank is jamming. Bunting
No,
up.
he's not. No, he's not.
I have a bad habit of flatting it.
Yeah.
It's probably not that bad of a habit. I think it's better than folding it.
Yeah.
Okay, I heard someone mention my name. What's going on?
Can we show the
Trick.
spot?
Triggered.
Oh, he knows the answer now, but
I
how
didn't see this
do you
post.
find this one?
I said you were going out.
Ah,
50%
I need to make I need to have a few blinds more to make this free bet because it's too close to zero EV, I
That's-
guess.
That's how I'm just folding. You folding then?
Usually, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
If you have
Yeah,
somebody
if I
behind
roll
you
high
that's
or I'm
like,
feeling spicy.
if somebody behind you is like 10 or 12 big blinds, are you guys still three betting small or?
Yes. Cause
Yeah,
it's
okay.
between you and him. The guy
Yeah.
next to Hack has nothing to do in it yet.
He has a random,
Okay.
Well,
but
I
he could
mean,
wake up.
like, you
It
do need to
depends first.
consider it like
Yeah.
what you're doing if he four bet jams on you.
Yeah.
And I think the answer is you've priced yourself in as a call, so.
In my mind, I agree with Louis mainly, unless you have some reason to believe the guy is gonna go with his hand. You have either like some live read or he's like on mega tilt from the hand before he just got short. You think he's gonna spew it off, then maybe skip it.
Okay.
Some weird extenuating circumstance.
Can we trade that here?
Let's go back to the
prob-
Pete principle here,
Yeah,
the
Pete
gap principle. What's his worst offsuit king that he opens?
I
King
know
jack?
the answer. Do you, Louis?
I'm listening.
Should be king jack or king queen.
He's mixing queen jack off at very mixed frequencies, which may go away in ICM.
What is he
And
doing
then,
with king, queen if we three bet here?
the offsuit one should be folding.
Then he might fold some aces.
Definitely
But-
gonna fold some aces, but like this isn't good enough. Just
I
fold
don't think, I think
Thank you.
I'm kinda with, I mean, I don't know. I do kinda want a VPip, like hijack is getting towards like closing position. But, calling's not the most attractive option either, really. I don't know.
Might
gonna
be a
mix all
frisky
three.
one.
Fold your hand, Louis.
It's gonna mix all three, I think.
1%. Are you in the 1%?
There's also two daddies right behind you. which
Yeah, I guess
probably
I
don't
was,
help your cause.
yeah, that's true. I was definitely probably ignoring the fact that you're
See that
covered by
bar
everyone.
here? See my sliver?
No, I actually don't. You're gonna have to zoom in on that
They don't see the sliver.
one.
Yeah, yeah. Need good eyes for this one.
Is he too short to jam on him?
You're probably supposed to jam this.
10-9 suited, really?
Yeah,
Like if
your
he
suited
opened off
nines.
20, I would do it,
Yeah,
I think.
but not here.
No,
But I think he's
having a
too
9
short.
in your hand is not good and he's super short.
Yeah, you probably don't want to hold 9x.
9x, 10x, pretty bad blockers here.
Okay, well, the question is,
I'm
if
folding.
you guys are opposing to jamming it on him, what do you wanna do?
Oh,
Muck.
Fold.
That feels way too nitty.
well, you got
Is
18
it?
big blinds, 10
You
9.
could maybe
Don't close
call.
the
You might be right,
action.
Galen. I wouldn't be shocked if you could find a
Okay,
call
if it's a
here.
call, is it ever gonna print?
Aren't we just capped AF when we call though?
How
Or
much
do we
EV
have
you
some
think
traps?
your hand is worth here, Callan?
0.03.
Mm,
I mean,
Yeah, something in that range. It's not like printing, but it's definitely worth something. No, I was wrong.
Alright,
Zero EV.
What does the range look like?
It's not losing EV to call though, right? It's
maybe Jack 10
100%
suited will
or there's a
call.
0.1%. There's something. Where-
Yeah, it's just not, it's a little gambly, a little splashy.
Okay, so the calls are coming in with
Ah.
king nine and queen nine.
It's not
And
really
this
a
is
game
what
to
you're up
call.
against right here. This is what you're up against. No, no, no. What's the,
No, no,
I'm
this
sorry.
is us,
What's,
yeah.
yeah, what's the raise range?
Click the button. Let's see.
This is what you're up against, which is probably more generous than reality.
Huh,
Sure.
yeah, I'm not inducing queen jack suited. I'm just piling that one. Not inducing ace eight
can we
suited.
compare EV or queen jack suited? Louis? On
Can
the
you-
button?
Yeah, go back and hover over the queen jack suited square.
Okay. Okay, so same thing, I guess.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, ace king off too. I'd probably just put it in some percentage of the time. Or most of the time.
We can three bet.
Can you?
Yeah, king seven, the magic
yeah,
weapon.
Maybe you can.
This is
think
He-Man's
so.
word.
He's UTG is my only concern.
It's okay.
mean-
We need something to three
The,
bet.
don't we like
Yeah.
the suited 7 versus EP? At this depth? Or no, is it more
This is
versus
just
MP?
He-Man's word.
It's just
I
what?
mean,
He-Man's
yeah,
word.
He-Man's sword.
Yes.
Okay.
He-Man?
He-Man sword.
He-Man's
I had to
word.
translate that one from
Th-
Louis
thank you.
E's. Yeah,
Thank you. I was missing the
Louise.
S.
Louise.
Louisiana.
So yeah, suited 7, I think, doesn't the ace 7 do it as well, or does the Peter kicker coverage theory come into play here?
A7 probably does it some, yes. I think.
King seven's doing it. It's probably a 6. It's uses the smaller aces, but it's pretty
Some of
robust
both,
throughout this
because,
whole
yeah.
area.
Cause
The
we're the
5 and the
button and
7.
we're very deep, so we don't mind pranking him a little bit, you know? It's a joke,
Mhm.
a little joke with a little 5-4 suited sometimes, you know?
Haha, hee hee.
Yes, when you're this deep, it's not what combos you use. You use them all. It's just how frequently you use them.
Yeah,
Rammer.
Jam? Or three bet?
I think jam's probably good.
Yeah,
Jam?
jam.
Ramelama a ding dong.
Trying to build a big stack.
Oops.
Oopsies. Rebuy.
I just call here.
I guess 26 is probably too much to jam.
Yeah.
I would probably link call on the button as well.
No, I think this is the line, the 26, 27 blinds, we can jam it.
This is the island. You can jam king jack.
Is it not too good versus hijack though? That's my only question. Like, you could jam this versus UTG1 happily, but here you might almost wanna call and keep in his worst
Oh.
king X, queen X.
The
Like,
island.
it's kind of a trap, almost.
Look at this, the island.
Let's see.
Yeah, you still jam king jack, makes a lot of sense.
I
Cause
get,
now he opens king jack off, queen jack off, queen 10 off. He's opening all this stuff, covering like the cutoff and button. So we can get a good flop and kinda mini cooler him.
The EV of jam is gonna be really competitive though here, so it's not a big mistake to jam.
Yeah, it's still very good. Call it. Right? Or do we jam? No, I don't think
Jamming?
so.
I call.
Just call.
I think just call. Queen bad versus EP.
nobody
Yeah.
wants to jam?
No,
No.
maybe you.
Okay, maybe I'm punting.
Competitive.
Queen jack suited, you don't jam? King jack suited?
Queen jack might do it. I'm not sure. I'm bad at these ones.
So I think you want jacks versus UTG, like or EP, and then you want more like 10x versus later position, if you're gonna be doing some of this.
Yeah, range is weird.
That's-
It's only picking
doesn't-
king ten
yeah.
suited.
Honestly, I don't do a lot of these, like I'm overly cautious versus earlier positions, just cuz I don't give people credit.
Same here. I think it's like, you always know that calling is gonna be good and you might be punting if you jam. Like, you could try to find it, but then it turns out it's wrong. It's like, whoops, I could have just played call.
Yeah, I kinda go through that struggle myself.
This region is very popular for three bet bluffing from the big blind, right?
Yeah, pranking's definitely gonna be good. Oh, I thought we were small blind, by the way. Yeah, you're just, I don't think you're turning much of this stuff into bluffs from the big blind.
If we're a little
Smalling.
shorter, I like to do like the suited ace five, ace four a little bit. That's about all I do though.
With the call,
Yeah. Any sliver of 11? Probably not, right? Maybe a little.
never.
Almost 1%.
Almost never.
It's got a thick left border, I don't know, I can almost see it. I see 6-5 off, I don't know who's finding that.
I can see the sliver.
That border's looking mighty thick.
I'm three betting this guy.
Yeah, this should be a good one, right? Look at all those shorties behind us, though. Is it
I
too
have to
dicey
put-
when there's 3 of them?
What do? Like you three bet and the big blind jams? You price
You
it.
gotta click call, you're priced in, but
Let's
you
go.
got 3 outs.
Let's go.
Alright,
Let's do just that.
I mean, you hope you got 3 outs, he could have aces. Fold it.
What do you call with here?
You shouldn't be calling very much here.
What about ace jack
Jacks.
suited?
Ace jack suited's a punt, man.
You punt.
Tens, jacks. What's the line in the pairs here?
It's probably very robust with
think it's
pairs, I would
jacks.
think. I think you still
Ah,
call
okay, fine, I'll
nines.
go tens. Nines, alright, tens it is. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, but you don't really three bet them.
You don't really three bet them, so. But yeah, tens is definitely, you see there's a cliff, so tens is definitely where you wanna be.
I don't think we should be calling much ace queen off here against pot.
Me either. No, I'm with you, Louis. I feel like if you're clicking call with ace queen off here, you're probably
Like
not
take the
having a good
money,
time.
yeah.
Ace queen suited as well, like I'm not three betting ace queen suited for that reason.
Yeah, they looked like they were half frequency, both of them.
I like three betting here, a pretty good frequency of the time.
Yeah, can we call too?
I think so. Yeah, calling's definitely never gonna be wrong.
Like 30, 70?
Three bet this guy, come on.
I
We,
think the
if we just
more,
call, we hit an ace, he goes bet jam on us, how much EV are we gonna lose? We three bet, he calls, we always have the best ace, he four bets.
Not always, but
I don't, I think
usually.
there is definitely some ace queen calling there.
Yeah,
There's
but
some
so much,
ace
so
king
few,
sometimes calling.
so few. Who's gonna call ace king to you here?
Dude, I don't know, like, if somebody put it out in like some training content lately, but it's been like pretty popular. For
Oh, yeah?
whatever reason,
Okay,
I've been seeing like ace king show up in single raise pots and stuff.
Alright, I think
As
it's
like,
like 75% raise.
I'm
Yeah, I
kind
like
of
that.
with the other way,
Oh, I flipped it.
other way. Yeah, so calling,
Ace
is
king flatting you
definitely
pre, huh?
pretty attractive.
But they're not gonna flat a
Yeah,
three bet probably. They'll pile it in or
I
or
would think so too.
or click you.
There's no ace king flatting it when you raise there, right? If you're the,
Not in
Perfect.
Maybe
theory.
a little of the suited one? I don't think so though.
I don't think so here. I think definitely should be four betting.
yeah,
Okay, look offsuit. You see slivers
okay,
creeping in.
alright,
Slivers are
yeah,
creeping in.
yeah.
I see the
I'm not,
sliver.
I'm not playing the
Ace queen
sliver.
pure four bet.
I guess it may be kind of the same idea. Like ace jack probably feels really bad to fold to a four bet. Where like, if you have maybe a little worse, it doesn't feel so bad.
I don't mind.
Yeah, just not all in.
The size,
Squeezer.
the size.
Quite
Yeah,
Should,
that's
small, eh?
fine.
should it not be bigger?
Why should it
It's
be?
beautiful.
Oh,
I would say
hey,
smaller.
It's a
Oh,
squeeze.
it's
It's
a
a squeeze.
squeeze, yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
nah, it's fine.
There's two of them.
It still applies like the same amount of pressure at this point in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably
Although I
would've
think in
done
the
that.
wild, you're gonna get flatted more than you might want to.
From my
Probably.
experience, it works better than if you made it like 10 in early stage, you know? Like I get so many more faults in ICM with those small sizings.
Okay.
What's the worst hand we call here? In the suited ace version, ace jack? This has to be folding, right?
I mean, ace queen,
Yeah.
it's probably gonna be ace queen, but I feel like if you're squeezing and calling a four bet,
And RGG ships on you, ace queen is like potatoes.
yeah, it is, it is. It's like potatoes, exactly. So like, I don't know.
I'm probably gonna say call, right?
Ace queen suited, you call. Ace queen off, you fold.
Oh,
Oh,
It's almost, it's like, it's losing a lot too.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot in these squeeze spots, the under the gun guy has to be pretty tight.
another gun, yeah. Six!
Huh?
Look
Dude,
at
that's
this
a
guy.
sliver. I guarantee you that's a sliver. It's like
Look
one of
at
those
this
weird
guy. How?
island, like,
How?
It's a sliver guy for
He's
sure.
just
It's gotta be a
cheating.
sliver.
like he's gonna fold eights and nines and yeah.
He's
Dude, I don't understand.
cheating.
I've seen this in HRC outputs too, where for some reason it's like pocket sixes. I guess it's like under all of our bluff stuff.
It
It
just looks like
unblocks all of our
solver noise
bluffs,
to
but
me.
dude, it's so
I
weird.
mean, that's a
Yeah.
little more than solver noise for whatever reason. It's probably like a balancing thing because we're pulling bluffs from like some
Ace
sevens or
five,
something.
sixes, ace
Yeah,
Yeah.
some
seven.
7x, 8x or whatever.
Yeah, it's just propagating from some card matching property, I would guess. But you know, it's interesting because if you think people are over folding versus these kind of nodes, it makes you wonder like, is maybe pulling from this region more profitable if you were to like lock some scenarios? I don't know.
Right, let's crank it up.
Well, I've done spots like that where, you shove and someone shows you pocket jacks and folds.
Yeah, dude, that's good.
Right.
Yeah, that's part of it, right?
It's like, okay, get your pocket sixes out. Here we go.
Yeah, I don't know if the only challenge I have with that is like, is that the rule of general play or the exception to the rule?
Why you need to tag players while you're playing.
Yeah, yeah,
One of
you're
the
right.
one of the downsides to big multi-tabling and like, I don't know, like tagging on ACR
No.
is just so
Oh
Wait,
unintuitive.
my
Louis.
God, no, no,
Wait.
no, we can't, we
Wait.
can't.
Let
What if
Peter talk and then we'll talk about this
Yeah,
one.
We
dude, you
can't,
gotta let
we
him
can't
finish his
fold,
thought.
we can't. What if
I'm not
there's a
saying we need to
five?
fold.
What if
I'm
there's
just
a
saying wait,
five?
wait.
What if there's a five? Tell me. I wanna know. We have to call.
Is this a jam?
Dude, I'm
Fold
And
not
if
jamming
not,
versus
what's the
UTG
lowest pair
one.
we jam?
I'm sorry, Pete, I got carried away here. You were saying,
sevens.
Sevens?
If he's not opening it, we're not calling it or fold. So it's just a fold.
you say it's
I
a
might,
fold?
I
No,
might fish it up some here and sometimes and flicking a chip because of the discounted rate, but I don't know, man. Off 16 bigs, it feels kind of bad.
You
I'm all
can't
in.
fold this.
I'm all in. I think you guys are a little misjudging the
UTG,
power of pairs here.
hey, I know pairs are
Jam
OP,
it.
but it's UTG one, guys.
there's no way
It
you.
doesn't matter. If you're the big blind here, it's a pure jam. Okay, so I think the small blind you can definitely jam.
Pure jam from the big blind, you say, huh?
I think so. I know fours are.
Okay, I think it's a fold here and a call from the big blind.
I wanna see some ranges. Let's see some receipts here.
I mean, not as the 30 guy. If we have 16 in the big blind, right?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. I'm not jamming for 30 with fives. Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely starting to mix in there. But, you know, the equity is paper thin compared to what? What are the alternatives? So if you click fives or
It's
fours,
only wafer thin.
so calling's 0.04, jamming's 0.04. So, yeah, I don't know, like, it could go either way, really. Like, it's gonna be really dependent upon your opponent. I think it probably starts turning into a punt if you're just using this as a blanket adjustment for people, saying
No,
like,
I agree with that, yeah.
but, I mean, contextually, definitely it's gonna be competitive.
If the guy's too tight, he's like on the nitty side, I'm just gonna skip the stuff under sevens there.
Yeah, probably, right? Cuz he, I don't know how much raise folding he's gonna be doing.
I might even skip sevens against the right guy. Or like flat it or, yeah, I don't know. Oh,
Oh my goodness.
the power of pairs. He got us.
Ooh, here's a nasty one again. Three bet call. About that.
What about
25%, 25%.
That's what a net would do, Frank.
I might just pile this.
What about 3-bet
Piling.
fold?
Piling is interesting,
I
but I
feel
want a
like
three
you've
bet
given
call.
yourself way too good of a price if you three bet to call, which feels bad. Like, I mean, you'd have to three
I
bet fold
agree.
this
I wanna make it 4.
realistically.
I want a three bet fold to them and three bet call. Yeah,
Okay, now Danny, if you had maybe a four sizing, you might be able to do some shenanigans here like that and get away.
Yeah.
But,
so
I
you
feel like if
say
you
what?
three bet,
All
I'm
in?
jamming here. I think I'm
No,
jamming
no, no.
here.
No, 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 no.
No,
Jam's the worst.
Jam is the worst.
There's 4 guys who are gonna hurt you. 3 guys who are
Exactly.
gonna
You
hurt
three
you.
bet and you call it off.
Call it
Yeah,
off
Louis,
seems
Louis has
crazy.
the right idea, I think.
I'm calling this guy off holding to these.
Right.
Alright, look at it though. You gotta look at it, man. You can't, we gotta look at it.
I was between that and just folding outright.
Think you got
Folding
like
feels
20
too
tables
shitty.
and you're not focused.
These guys who open off 12 bigs
Probably.
from MP are, like, most people I think are just jamming king, queen suited there. Like, this min raise range is gonna be too nut heavy in my experience.
Yeah, just
Unless
go to
you're
low.
playing a good reg who has like the queen jack offs of the world in full.
No, 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 not the button. You need to go to the low jack. The low jack was the initial raiser.
I don't know, but just
you just wanna-
checking, making sure, yeah. And then this guy folds, the low jack pushes. And then, yeah. I was right.
What's he pushing?
Yeah. What's he pushing?
Okay.
I don't know, man. Feels bad with ace jack. Like, what do we beat here? Like, what are you excited to see?
I
Whatever
think
in
people
this
are gonna
range.
fold ace jack off usually, not push.
Any low pair, you flip against,
Yeah,
The
it's
So
gonna
rest
feel
of
you
the
like a,
got,
stuff's fine though.
king,
it's gonna
queen.
you
feel
got
like a punt, yeah.
tens, nines, eights are literally the only hands you really hope to see. And then you're also in equity. You're not in
But
equity
it's like you
favored
said,
against
you
any
priced
of
yourself
these.
in.
Yeah,
Right, so
Personally,
why put ourselves in that node? Then,
Because he has a lot of folds. Look at all the folds.
just because of
yeah,
the
it's true.
stack depth.
But go back to that range one more time, Louis.
Okay, so
Like,
if you
if they're
if you
not
follow
finding
that
these min
logic,
raises with all of these hands and they don't have all those folds, then it's gonna become way worse, right?
why would a
Disagree.
jam be the worst option then if you're getting folds from the same regions and you're still up against the same range essentially?
Because anyone behind you, if they jam to your 3-bet, you're
That's
gonna fold
fair.
ace jack.
Okay,
But
that's fair.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, if you're already all
there's the
in, you
risk
can't
of
fold.
behind. There's the risk of behind. That's the, that's, okay, that's the differential.
Yeah.
Jimak?
Hmm.
Oh no, oh no. Okay, we're the button. Come, can we can do it. We can
Fold.
do
No.
it. I can do
Fold.
it.
Dude, I'm
Na, na, na,
full.
na, 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 na.
Look at this juicy
Na, na,
squeeze that the
na,
blinds
na.
have. If you put in 2 more chips, man, they're gonna double up by jamming.
Yeah,
Do we jam ourselves then?
Threes? Dude, you're behind the opener, you're behind the flatter. What are we hoping to achieve here?
A steal?
What would you jam?
yeah, too
Sevens?
short, yeah.
Sevens feels kinda bad too.
Is this just a fold or what?
I would fold.
Fold or call? I think cuz the shorty's there, you gotta fold.
I am folding,
And jamming is punting.
I think.
I think so too.
Cause I would wanna call and see a tree here.
I
I
mean,
don't- I
calling's
don't
gonna
think-
be
I don't know if it's
probably
that great with
competitive.
ICM, but we're in position. Maybe the button can do that, no?
If
Maybe.
if you call, you're gonna get jammed by the guys behind you.
Not
If
always.
if you go all in, you may be against 2 players, one of the blinds and one of the others that had a hand, so
Your real
best
problem is
case,
it's a
yeah.
squeeze range. You're dealing with multiple ranges here. It's not like you're
Mm.
just calling one guy.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be
Fold it, Louis.
ISO'd. You can't ISO in this situation.
25%. We gotta be tight. Also, the cutoff dominates us too often to do it with threes.
What do you do
'Cause he'll
with
flat,
fours?
I think fours are the same thing, man. I think it's
Same.
gonna be closer to like
Sevens.
sevens or eights.
Yeah, I would do
so
sevens.
sevens, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I thought the
sixes,
bottom
huh?
one would have calls.
I would feel better with eights, but
You can look at the EV. Okay, so eights are where it starts printing money. The other ones are like, take it
Zero.
or leave it. Mhm.
But if the cutoff is splashy and loose and bad, then you can widen that jam range a little bit.
Do you
Sevens will
wanna,
start to print.
do you want to, if they're, like, are you saying they're calling wider?
Calling the open wider.
Oh, I see what you're saying, but they'll fold to your squeeze aggression still.
Yeah, that's, well, the player that I'm archetyping would.
Yeah, yeah,
Or
yeah.
they'll like call off with pocket fours and you're crushing them.
Okay, so what do you do with ace nine suited here?
You probably just jam it, man.
King
Jam
nine
it.
suited.
Suited nines are probably gonna be okay to jam, I think, but
King
that may,
nine.
I may be stretching a bit, like we saw the heuristic a little bit ago. It's definitely a chippy V thing. But it may start to kind of fall to the wayside at 25%.
Oh, yeah, I think I would fold king nine.
Should take a look though.
Can you fold? Oh man, I don't know.
I struggle to
Jam
bring
king
my
jack
small
for
blind.
sure.
That button's open and wide, isn't he?
Oh,
So the
look at
nines
that.
are definitely still good here. Now they're marked, like, you're not making much,
Look at the EV, right?
but, if you think the guy's over folding, they're probably more valuable and you just kinda gotta, if he's a station, maybe skip him. I don't know.
Pocket deuce. King nine was about as valuable as what, ace three off, ace four off.
I didn't compare, but I'm sure.
Yeah, no, I was looking at it.
I'm three betting.
I call.
I think I might just
Easy
fold
fold.
this. I might just fold this. Yeah.
Easy
Why?
fold. Okay.
Wait. I think Louis has the right idea again. I
You don't
think
wanna
we
Alright,
gotta
get,
take this
so
sometimes at least, no?
look at this cute little size, okay? And
are
then
you
just,
taking all of your suited aces, all of your wheelie aces then? What are you doing with the?
just fractions of the wheels. And by fraction, I mean every time.
Yeah, that's what I'm
You're
not sure of, Galen. Let's find out.
Okay,
you're folding a 6 8 7 suited, Louis.
Yeah,
I think you
Just
do
taking
have
the
some
wheel,
wheel.
just the wheel aces. Okay.
yeah.
It's probably concentrated to ace five or ace six or something. I don't think it's doing all of this stuff from what we just saw, obviously. It's actually not doing a lot of it at all. I think we're just too short for all the pranking.
Yeah,
You need a higher card. Higher kicker.
oops. We call.
That's part of why you need a higher kicker.
He
Cause he
called
can
with
flat this.
fives. Look at this guy.
We make it so small, I guess. Kind of weird.
Ouch. He's got me now. He's got me in a box. I'm gonna three
Do it,
bet
do it, do it.
everything now.
I do flatting here a lot, but I think small three betting's probably still good.
How about folding?
No, dude, you can't fold, I
Nah.
don't think.
I
You can't
mean,
fold.
it could be a burger.
Think,
Click. I think this is part of the difference, by the way, between like the crushers and the average grinders. I'm pretty sure they're taking these spots like every time.
You think?
I think so.
What
I
do,
would
what,
three
You
bet.
get toward the bubble, they have a good hand of pressure. They're gonna get you. What makes me say that?
yeah, what leads you to that conclusion?
Imagination.
Just watching how aggressive these guys are. Like watching Aposentado the other day in that flight. He was so active. And it works, right? Like if you're doing it with the proper ranges, it's gonna work out well for you.
I think we're cooked here. Are we not?
Dude, you've kind of priced yourself in, so like, it's kind of, yeah, you're not doing very well here at all.
Fold,
I heard, did I hear fold?
fold,
Danny, you're such a nit.
In game, I'm
fold.
folding.
I don't think we can fold for this, for 19 big blinds with ace queen.
Well, that's why I don't three bet this in that position like that. But you've made your bed, so have a nap.
Ah,
Yeah, his range is too strong.
Okay,
Huge difference between offsuit and suited.
It's all about equity, baby. Alright. We can flat, right?
Yes.
I guess.
Pure call?
And then what do we do with king jack suited?
I think it's too much to jam.
Mix call
Uh,
and three bet, mainly
Small
call.
free bet doesn't make sense with this hand, I guess, and this tugged up, so I'm
I think
voting
We have
it's
some
okay
for
all
plus
ins
plus.
here,
still.
right?
What about the he man?
I think we're too deep to
King
jam
seven
here.
suited.
You can raise that one, right?
You raising
The
he man
He-Man.
here, Frank?
I don't know who he is.
He man is
Ah.
king seven suited.
Pure call all that suited triangle. Okay. On the button. What if we're cut off instead of button? Do we three bet any of that suited triangle? The Broadway region up there? Well, here he's short, so we're just gonna rip it all in.
Jam.
It's a bad example. What if, alright, hijack here maybe?
No,
Can we look at a hijack?
no,
Alright, fine.
I refuse.
What's he use? Okay, there's some of it.
Use
King
a
10, king
skeleton,
jack.
king eight suited.
Fold or three bet. Mainly fold.
Yeah,
Three bet feels wild here. I don't think you'd find this a single time in my database.
He's a little too early for me to wanna do it with queen
Mhm.
jack. You could do it with king queen though. It'd
hmm,
be a good one. Call it.
Yeah, just call.
Big blind, easy game.
uh,
Jam ace five suited, 10% of the time.
anything particular here against the low jack? I don't think so, right? Yeah. Just this.
Same behavior.
No jams. Too deep still. Too deep in the game now.
Uh-oh,
This feels
Oh
like a
boy.
pretty standard
Flat
call.
call.
yeah, we're stuck, right?
Yeah. These, Equistack ICM spots are kinda weird. Like it just messes the risk premium up if everyone has the exact same stack.
And you know what that does? From what I
Oh, it's
understood,
equal.
we can call
Yikes.
more. We can call more. When it's,
Yeah, I'm just saying it's like it's fictitious is the problem
yeah, oh
because
yeah, for sure.
it's,
Yeah,
makes the
imagine
range,
being on the bubble and there's zero short stacks. It's like you began the tournament, but it's the bubble.
right, yeah.
Look at the hamburger.
Yeah, it's kinda weird, right? Like it does a little everything. Alright, easy game.
Fold, fold.
Oh my god. This is what
Dude,
you was saying. We need to fold this
dude, you
stuff.
This is
can't
an
call
easy
this.
fold, dude. This
You
is an
can't
easy
call this.
fold.
This is, you're nuked here. Like, what are you expecting to win?
This isn't even what you was saying. Wait, you, what?
Do you
You
see
fold
that?
everything. You have no calling range.
This is a, how is this
Get nuked.
real? How is this real? In the church? I ain't.
Dude, I told you,
It's,
man,
we
it's
shouldn't look at equal
fictitious.
stack. Yeah,
It's
this is a bogus
fictitious.
spot.
Yeah, this sim
Let's
is
look at chat.
questionable.
What's the chat talking about?
Oh my goodness.
This is not hard. This is a fold.
What about ace ten off?
Probably still leaning
Still a fold.
folds.
Ace jack.
Three bet or fold.
Like 40%,
Yeah,
bet?
something like that. Something like that, I think.
20? Oh, 90.
Okay, the line's at ace ten. It's a pip
Wait,
tight.
huh. It's very different than one we looked at before. You actually get to be more aggro with these offsuit ace X here. I guess we cover. Could be part of it.
Complete.
Yeah.
Well. This would be a pretty strong three bet, no?
You're in
It's
the
too
big
good.
blind.
You're in
It's
the
not
big
where you
blind, you
want it.
call suited ones, but there's a point where it starts to become premium, no?
Yeah, but I
Uh,
think you're a little below that point still, right?
you
Like,
are, I agree.
even, you might even just call ace jack suited pure here.
You do almost. Ace jack's where it starts to draw the line.
Those hands still play really well three-way, and you have position on the small blind.
You're folding a lot here, but this, you may kinda pick on this guy sometimes with these hands.
Mm-mm.
Oh yeah, this could
So-
be a clicker? No,
Not
okay.
this one.
Too
About
wild,
king, queen
too
off,
many
king, queen
shorties.
off. King, queen off, quickly.
Ace, king jack
Jam.
off is, there it is. Ace ten off.
Thank you, Danny.
Yeah.
You're
Put it
welcome.
to the test.
Uh, just three bet, not all in. Does it ever call?
Every
Probably not
time?
with
That's what I'm
ICM,
wondering. How often do we call, if ever?
a little bit.
How is it
Probably less
deciding
often
versus,
than
how's
ICM.
how's it deciding versus a 4.5 three bet and a 6 three bet? Am I missing something obvious?
This
No,
guy,
No,
Gary, they're just sim inputs. So like
Okay,
whoever ran these sims, they use those as preset settings.
okay,
Now,
okay,
they have reasons for the reasons they did that. They cite research sims, whatever that means. So,
okay,
um,
thanks.
there is some background there. I just don't know all of the example. The best way you can say it is because they said so.
Got it.
You mainly wanna use an efficient size against the opener's effective stack.
Yeah, there
Or
you
I
go.
guess compared to
That's,
your effective stack, whoever has the effective stack.
Okay,
if you're
So
gonna
the
ground it
deeper
in
you are, the
reality, that's the reason.
bigger you'll go.
I'm
Hey.
sorry, I think this sim is broken.
Huh? Wait,
yeah.
oh.
Alright, who else is
Wow.
guilty of
Okay.
overcalling here? Raise your hands.
These are the spots in game where I'm like, am I allowed to fold this? Cuz I kinda wanna fold this, but I don't know if I
Yeah.
am.
I over
Wow.
call here sometimes. I'll tell the truth, Frank.
You,
All
this
of us.
guy has like ace
All of us.
jack and this guy has like pocket three.
What do you
This
mean
is where I
ace
feel
jack?
the itch to fold and then I click call. Yeah.
That's not the case, Louis. It's gonna be
Dude,
ace, king in the small blind and pocket queens under the
you
gun.
have seen it once in big game one and you think you will see it every time it happens? Yeah.
Does not translate. Yeah, that dude's never got pocket threes there. Unless it's the big one, then maybe.
I just can't click fold with the church.
Dude, look at that number. Look at that number. Let that sink in for a second. 1.57. It's torching.
Yeah. Wow.
We have a
Like,
pretty
if,
good stack on the bubble. That guy,
like,
we three bet, the guy four bet, and the guy five bets anyway.
Yeah. Aces and
Yeah.
kings.
Damn.
basically, you're gonna, it's gonna be impossible being a profitable player in the long term. Losing that much.
What do you think small blind's jam range is?
Well,
Queens
there's a good
plus?
question. There's a good question.
Queens plus ace king, which means what's under the guns range?
No,
Fucking,
it'll be like jacks plus, I think.
Dude, it's gotta be
Or
very
nah,
something
dude.
strong
else.
He's
because
gonna fold jacks.
he's
I
approaching
promise.
the point where he can, squeak into the money and like doubling his stack isn't worth like a ton. He's four bet jamming over two early position guys. It's gotta be tighter than jacks, I would think.
I take back my promise, but I do think he'll fold jacks.
If
But
ace
let's,
king
let's
is,
say it is queens plus ace king. Alright, go ahead, Gary.
I'm sorry, I was gonna say, if ace king is in his range though, the math is way different, right? Because,
Oh,
What?
I mean, I
Alright,
understand
this
what
is a
the
little
sim
wider
is
than I
saying.
thought.
The sim is saying he doesn't have ace king in his range, but in reality, most people would have ace king in their range, wouldn't they? I
Under the
don't,
gun's also supposed to fold ace king off.
this is what we're scared of. We're not necessarily scared of the small blind, it's this is what we're
Yeah.
Well,
worried.
that was gonna be my next question, is like, given that the small blind has this range, what do we think under the guns range looks like?
And to be
Yeah.
honest, I think the small blind range in reality is tighter than we just saw,
I
which
think
makes
you
ace
may be
king probably
right.
even worse.
Yeah.
Like, are they gonna go with tens there? I guess it is kinda like big stack, big stack. It's their one saving grace, but it's getting bubbly. I don't know.
All right, I'm good with folding.
Okay. I just can't fold, I'm sorry.
If you're in the 10,000 main, Louis, you're not folding that.
The church.
A Rom would say all in.
I think that was a really interesting spot,
Uh,
actually.
What do we do here?
Just fold. I mean,
Yeah, this is a fold versus low jack, I think.
Okay.
Well, there you go. Play your cards sometimes.
Do you like queen nine and king nine behave the same pretty much in these situations? 'Cause looks like sort of, yeah.
tough to say.
I mean, somewhat. I don't, obviously having the king's better.
Yeah, way better.
You're looking for an easy link like that. Suited jacks are almost always linked, playing the,
Okay.
almost always. So 2, 5,
You,
all in,
so these make pretty
Ten?
good jams, the higher the ICM
wanna
is.
make it
Fold.
10?
No, I don't think you're not all in doing anything. It's gonna be a fold or a jam.
We don't click it, ever.
No.
So I've been lied to.
Why would you click here?
I don't know.
Jam it.
Say jam,
If you roll high.
look at the click rate.
Clicks 0.8% of the time. Just look at the range.
Hmm.
It wants to probably be more
Alright.
polar.
Some
with
Don't
wheels
jam
jam.
it.
maybe.
Well, it does click, it
No
does click.
wheels.
I'm underestimating the click. But it's such a small part, like jamming is probably a good simplification at, what do we have, 25?
Nah, it's a punt.
You wanna click aces, right?
Well, if you wanna click aces, then sure. See, I play call with aces here sometimes.
Oh. You make it 4.5, you make it 9. I fold. What do you do with all pairs there? Deuces fold?
You're probably jamming most of your pairs.
With this ICM, you think we fold, we jam all pairs?
You're jamming a lot of them, I think. Maybe not deuces, maybe not threes, but you're jamming a good bit of them versus steel.
What do you say, fives?
I would be jamming fives here versus cutoff.
Everything but deuces and threes, maybe.
Oh, every,
Even
Oh, it's all-
deuces and
yeah, okay.
threes, even deuces and threes. I felt like you were setting me up for a trap, Louis,
I was.
but
But
you
then,
sprung the trap on yourself.
ah. trap making art is, a tough one. I like.
I'm folding.
Yeah, we don't use wheels MP against EP.
It's 4 S 5,
Maybe no, like maybe ace-8, ace-9.
You have trace amounts of everything 5 and above.
Oh boy, here's another one. Here's another
Um,
one. Are the best players in the world clicking it to 5 here? I think they might be.
I don't know, dude. Don't know. Folding feels attractive, to be honest.
Yeah, if you're a little
My micro.
Not a little,
self-censoring here, but you know.
a little not punter, right?
Look at all that orange, I don't know. Does feel bad when you get rammed on though. Here it comes. Yep. And
But
then
you
you
know what?
spike call it off for the
Yeah.
win.
I'm
feel
gonna
good
cuddle
about
up with my pillow, thinking to myself, I made
Wow,
a
look,
great
this is
GTO play.
punting less. Oh my
Mhm.
god, punting less than the ace king off play, by the way, just wanna say.
Oh,
If
by
you
a
were to
mile.
spike call it off,
By a mile.
To the
you
church.
would have been in great shape too. Fold.
Great shape for a chop.
Wait, can you jam or is it a punt? It's a punt, right?
Against one
Probably not
range,
good. Probably
against
not
one
good.
steel, we were jamming all suited nines. Against two, we probably fold suited nine.
Fold, yeah, fold.
Okay.
What are you doing with Jack 10 though?
Jamming.
It's
Maybe.
close. There you
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
go. Surprise, Frank?
No.
Oh.
Do I sound surprised?
A little.
You did.
How do you know I'm
You
Frank?
sounded like you were gonna reject the idea until you saw
Not to
the
make you self-conscious about the
strategy.
way you sound or anything, but yeah, you sounded a little surprised.
So for
No, I
those who
don't.
just joined, we're doing ICM 25% of the field left, which means it's based on 1,000 player tournament with 250 players left. This is how you should be adjusting your ranges.
My boy is good at math.
Matt, big Matt guy, Frank.
Quick maths.
Big math guy. Cool.
Call.
Louis over here thinking, can I get out of line?
Can I three bet this guy? Probably not. Probably not this time.
Okay, so I'm down to do like a little
Jamming?
fiver action. I feel like 25 is almost a little too
This
much, but
feels like a
maybe
call.
it's
We need to
25
jam
equal
it.
stack. It's
Need to
25
Yeah.
equal
jam it.
stack, so you might see
Everyone
some
late
toast
reg,
up.
everyone is a reg. Just jam.
It's a bunch of dregs. You don't have an edge.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah.
Just pile it in. It's weird. It's a weird spot.
Late regging last second.
Okay,
But Frank,
But-
the assumption with this sim is that everybody in the whole tournament has 25, I believe.
Mhm.
Not just our table.
oh my god, what have we done?
Wait,
Oh,
what?
look, it's a lightsaber.
Everybody in the entire tournament has 25 bigs.
This
I believe.
is,
Am I missing
symmetric,
something?
symmetric sim.
Yeah, I told you, these symmetric ICM sims are like, they're
It's
goofy.
evil. It's evil. Look at this.
You
Play the
can't
offsuit,
do
fold
this
the
because
suited. This is
Mm.
ridiculous. It's not even a good.
What?
sim. What is
you
that?
can't, can we turn off symmetric? Is there an option like filter them out?
What is going on?
Bad sims, Frank, bad sims. They want us to gaff. See?
You can't pressure him the same way, but, yeah, I don't know. It seems weird.
Well, I can kind of see a fold because we can't call because we're just going to get rejammed on, and we're too weak to jam on him. So
No,
we just
Alex.
have to fold, even
No,
though we have a
Alex.
pretty
No,
strong
but
hand.
Alex,
Alex.
normally in ICM sims, it's a pure jam in this spot.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
guess
I'm
I
just trying
don't,
to I'm just trying to rationalize why it might think that. I don't know.
yeah, and then,
Like for this
I
particular
mean,
scenario.
with equal stacks, why use ICM? Isn't the risk premium exactly the same for everybody?
no,
Well, Gary, that's kind of the thing. And why is it not the same for everyone if you have equal stacks, Louis?
but it's just the way you put this, like, these sims are just like, the risk premium. Is it more or less? I'm not sure actually.
It's the same if everyone has equal stacks.
Yeah, but
Cause
versus an asymmetric one.
Right.
asymmetrical,
This
everyone
one
does
is
not
less,
have.
right? Less risk
No,
premium
Galen,
because
he's
everyone
asking,
is
let's
equal.
say you had two 25 big blind stacks in an asymmetric sim. Compare that risk premium against each other to the risk premium here in the everybody's equal sim.
Oh, no,
Which
no,
one?
that's different. That's
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
I
different.
think the
So which one is higher is the
equal
question.
stacks has the
I
lesser
don't,
risk premium,
I
no?
don't know. I could answer that question if we had,
I
pre-flop
would think so
academy
too,
still.
Louis, because you're farther from potentially cashing. In the asymmetric, you have, 30% of the field is shorter than you,
Oh.
or 60% of the field is
If
shorter than you, and
if
way more
Right.
likely to bust.
there's a
Here,
short
everyone's
stack,
equal, no
yeah,
one's
yeah, yeah,
shorter than you.
Fire up
exactly.
HRC for 2 seconds and just put it and run it on the side. Like, you don't have to like analyze anything. We don't have to get in the weeds, but you can look at that pretty easily.
Sure,
But
but it's fun to
honestly,
like
I think
logically
we're
think about it
wasting
first.
time cuz
Yeah, of course, I agree.
So yeah, it should be less risk premium, which maybe your jam gets less fold equity, so. We'll just get stationed off by it. Stuff.
This just seems like, yeah.
call.
Happy days. This guy back jammed on us? What the hell?
Yeah, we called the.
What did you trap with, man? Nines?
It's a weak range.
Nines, tens.
Yeah, suited.
Hmm.
I don't think they have much king jack suited here. Never.
When I
mixed
trap
them.
ace jack suited there, I play call to the 3-bet. I don't find the back jam. That's good to know.
It's like, oh, you thought, you thought.
Like, alright, let's run it.
What about this one?
Yeah, man, yeah, I think you get your
Easy
wish
fold.
here. I could be wrong, though.
Easy fold.
No, I think we're deep enough that he gets to put
Yeah,
the
we
two
can
chips in
call.
there.
You might be able
Yeah.
to flick in a chip here.
Easy
First
call.
one range.
Oh,
Oh, it's still a punt.
no.
0 EV punt.
The fish was
I wanna
right.
talk to the manager now.
I was in Louis' DMs yesterday telling him that he was spewing 2 chips at a time, putting calling with these pairs. But then I looked one of them up and it was fine, so I had to eat my words.
Ah, my bears.
If you were the small blind, you could call here.
Just call. Just have a nice, easy call.
The island, right?
Jam it?
The island.
Yeah, but
You
this
might
one we're
rip it.
shorter and it's
Might
against
rip
earlier
it.
position. The last time we did
Right.
this, we were 25 versus hijack. Here
I
it's
see,
20
I see.
versus low jack.
He calls us off with the better hand. We suck out.
Mhm.
Got him.
Okay, maybe a little shenanigan stuff going on here. Some not all in behavior.
Jam. Oh, no.
Jamming's too much, man. Way too much.
40
Yeah.
big blinds, yeah.
We better fold.
Wait, it's another equal stack one. We should skip it.
That's all it's giving us now. It's your fault, Danny.
Yep. We're cursed.
Okay, good job.
All in, yeah.
Probably, you're the shortest.
What do we do with ace ten off?
Well, if you look
Jam.
at that 0.13, it probably still like
Without
mixes.
cheating, what do you do
I
with?
did cheat, I'm sorry, I did cheat.
I got the
With
big
I would
ace
blind
10
say,
coming
off,
up, yeah.
Fold ace ten off.
I would say it mixes, but I'm
Mm.
folding in game.
I think we're still jamming,
It's a
but it's only
cliff.
a little profitable.
And how do you play your pairs? Your precious pairs?
Jamming sevens
Fives.
plus, sixes
Yeah, I
plus?
think we're jamming up to sixes here.
I'm jamming fives.
Fives is probably fine,
Ah.
but sevens, sixes?
Yeah, and it is a cliff. No ace ten.
Then look at this, look at the gap too.
Ace ten
Such a nitty
suited.
solver.
Cause
Nitty,
normally
nitty
if
solver.
ace jack gives you 0.13, the floor is gonna be further, but here it's.
So,
Yeah.
is it a
Oh.
nitty solver, Alex, or a punty Alex? Alex?
Dude,
Hmm,
in game
You
here, I'm
got
not
me.
even thrilled to take ace jack. I might skip this
Question.
sometimes versus some opponents.
Mm,
We hit the lotto. We
Yep.
pipped
he
him and
called.
we held.
then we three bet call.
Yeah. Right? Wait, what's
Yeah,
his range look like? He min raised off
yeah.
8?
I was just trying to think like, are you min rate? Yeah, I think that's good. I think that's gonna be the best option here.
Okay. Too good. Kings. Oh, what a shock.
Oh my
Min
god.
raising from 8 bigs. Who would have thought?
What is he min raising with? Can we just, is there any bad hands in
Ace
there?
eight off,
No.
ace eight off, ace nine off, stuff like that.
King jack
Shit.
off.
That's short, yeah.
He's been raising plenty of stuff.
Say
The
it out
solver's
loud, I
just
walk
trying to
away.
get us to like buy this really stupid strategy. It's like, no, this is totally how it would work. See, you just have to min raise your ace eight offsuit too.
No, 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 if you buy now,
Call? Or jam, or no? Call.
jamming feels kinda bad, but maybe you do.
Wow. Yeah.
Fault.
Agree.
So one thing you wanna look at here is, do you cover? Is there a short stack here willing to jam?
One thing you wanna look at here is, do you have aces? If so, you should 3-bet.
Well, you know, if it's you, if you're playing a PKO and then there's short stack in the blind,
Yeah, I know you love to keep your bounty access.
yeah. Um.
Fold.
What about? King queen suited,
Fold.
Fold, yeah.
King, queen suited call.
Oh, suited call, yeah, yeah.
Wait, oh, we're under the gun versus small blind. Hold on. Hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think you still call, right?
The small blind is supposed to be so nitty here. Fold.
And he's got some under pairs. He's got some ace X suited.
UTG. I don't know if I'm calling this.
No, can't, what about king, queen suited, Galen?
Oh, king, queen suited? Yeah, yeah, let's call.
Okay.
and then what about? Suited aces, where's the line?
Ace ten is
Yeah.
probably gonna be kinda hard to
Nine?
let go.
Ace nine, maybe?
Ace
Ace
eight,
10 suited, yeah.
Yeah, that way you're flipping
nine.
it with
Ace
all the
nine.
small pairs, yeah.
Danny was there with nine.
King, queen off, huh? Interesting.
Ace 10 offsuit, then ace 8 suited. That makes me feel a little bit less bad about the punt I made in one of my turns. So.
Come on, nine.
I got into a similar situation, called off with
Ah,
Not all in.
ah. I love muting Alex. It's getting a daily habit now.
I think he was trying to get it that time. I guess we fold. I was wondering if we could click him, but there's no click size here.
There's no incentive.
I was gonna say, like, that feels like a solid 3.5 clicker spot sometimes.
I have a mindset question for you guys real quick. You're
Yeah,
when you enter the hand, you're trying to represent your top of range, right? You're not separating in your mind, okay, this is a bluff for me, or versus the top of my range for me. You're trying to represent the best part of your range, regardless of what action you're taking.
that's kind of an
Um,
interesting question.
yeah, because I get this bad habit of I know I'm bluffing from the very beginning, right? And it's hard to change my mindset on the flop and then the turn. And I have to check myself. Okay, you're supposed to be representing a good hand here. You three bet, right?
Well,
So,
I don't think about it that way. Like, I think
there's,
more of it like along the lines of, okay, I'm trying to apply pressure to this part of the range pre-flop to get folds. He continues, so he's got this part of the range.
okay,
Okay, I'm gonna use this sizing because of the board is this texture and my range is stronger than his calling range. If he continues there, then I start like focalizing his range more and more and more and more.
okay.
And,
yeah, there's a few
kinda,
systems, like Galen was saying, uh, a few systems like that. For example, whenever like you start bluffing with a hand, there's rules, okay? Whether or not you should be bluffing the turn, usually when you pick up equity, okay? And then on the river, the bluffs that are gonna continue are gonna be those that picked up equity on the turn. So there's kind of a tunneling system that is very natural usually as well.
yeah, you're trying to funnel his range into certain areas where you can apply a lot of pressure to it. And it's not necessarily like I need to hide my face because I'm folding and I need to get, or because I'm bluffing, I need to get out of this like mindset. It's more along the
Also,
lines of like,
it's
what does
more
he have?
concrete, it's more concrete than you think, like Galen was pointing out. It's more like this board has this texture, so I'm gonna use this size that goes along with my value and my bluffs. And then you start from that, and then the turn switches equity in whose favor. And then, is it good for my combo? Do I continue on the turn? And then the same goes on the river. So it's a
Yeah,
system
Okay.
of actual facts, the card.
right. So like, yeah, you look at the properties of your hand with relation to like the board and the betting actions. And you're basically narrowing the possibilities of the hands that you have as you go to later and later streets. So it's like, you end up in a situation, hopefully on the river, where you have a bet that's like, okay, well, you're doing it with bluffs some of the time that can't win, and you have the nuts some of the time where where they can't win. So it gives them a hard decision to make if you're playing the game correctly.
It
I'm
got,
gonna try that. I think I'm gonna try the range kind of. I know that's the proper way to think about it. I've tried to go through the flow charts in the advanced tournament uh, program that Jonathan have, and I just can't follow those flow charts very well. I think thinking of squeezing ranges seems easier to me from a mental
Yeah,
perspective. So
it's a really good question. I think it's a really good question. It's helpful for probably a lot of people.
they got me
Hey,
again.
Louis,
Yeah,
hey, Louis, you were saying something about, you said you had a tunnel of thought where you pick up equity on the turn
yeah.
and then you'll get to the river with the bluff. Is like the final question you ask yourself on the river is, do we have blockers to his nuts? Or like, is it a little bit more complex than that
It's a lot more
once
complex
you
than
get to the
that.
river?
It's a three street
Okay.
thing. It's not just like here we are on the river. We start from here. If we start constructing a range, the bluffs that you begin with on the flop, some of them pick up equity on the turn, some of them break. So you stop with some of them, you continue with some of the others of them. And those that pick up equity on the turn are usually the ones that keep on bluffing on the river. Whereas if
Well, you
you,
don't bluff
if-
all of your turn bluffs
Ex-
on the river. So he's saying,
exactly,
how do you filter your river bluffs?
you go.
Exactly. How do you find your,
You think about your range, you think about, okay, do I get better hands than mine to fold? How high am I in my range, for example? Like if you're on the river with like ace king, for example, you're pretty too high in your range to be like bluffing very often.
Okay, no, but I think his point about blockers was a salient one, and it does come down to that some of the time. If you picked up a flush draw on the turn, you bluffed the backdoor flush draw and you bricked out, you're often gonna give up because you block a lot of the combos you wanted them to play call fold with. But if you have like a missed gutter that unblocks the backdoor flush, and like blocks a potential straight, then maybe you'll go for it, stuff like that.
Yeah, so
awesome.
like from
Thank you.
I think like if you look at it from like a myopic kind of standpoint on the river, it really does kind of boil down to what you're saying. Like, how good are your blockers? And then like some of the things that Louis was saying definitely comes into play where it's like, okay, with relation to both ranges, are you too far up in your range? If you check, does he have bluffs here sometimes that you just win with high cards versus? Like, those are kind of the things.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. That was helpful, guys.
Yeah, it was a good question.
It's not an easy thing to do, and so, expect to struggle with it for a long time, and it'll get better and it'll get more intuitive as time comes.
That was a good breakdown. Thank you.
They got me again here.
Great.
Look at this. And then next thing
What are
you
we looking
know,
at?
they put the 5 on the board.
You're getting debated.
Oh,
Does it
EP,
bother you,
EP.
like, if you fold like 6-9 offsuit and like you flop a straight? Does that bother you too?
Never,
Okay, just checking.
never.
Always.
Just the 6-9 of hearts.
Nothing else bothers me, just the good old sets.
Got it.
It's a
Oh, what
damn,
the
it's a damn rabbit problem, you know?
It is the rabbit problem. Alright, so maybe we pick on this guy some, but this feels almost too good. Like, I feel like you might want like an ace seven, ace six, a little more than an ace nine. But maybe it's still in there some. I think I'm calling here a lot though,
Yeah. The wheel,
so,
lower than
so
that.
let's see,
It's
it
near
should
the
be more,
floor, I think we learned last time. Oh, never mind.
yeah,
Well,
Wheel.
sort of.
so. Yeah, so you want below an 8 and you can start mixing it in at mixed frequencies.
Ace
And if
nine,
you're a savage, do king 6 off and have a blast. Okay, this feels like a good jam.
Yeah,
This is what 25% of the field. So if like for most tournaments, this would be around the 100-person mark or like the 50-person.
Well, it depends, okay? So typically, anywhere between 11 and 15% of the field is what gets paid. So with relation to like, this is like right after registrations ended, I think. In
Okay.
most like typical structures.
think we
Like
need,
I've got one here. I've got one I'm playing now
Louis, what if
where,
the small blind doesn't call? What if he folds? Before you change it. Click fold in the small blind node, yeah. And then we're gonna call more, right? Where'd it go?
no,
Oh, we jam a different shape. We jam more of the suited ace, like whole block over there. And less of the queen jack suited, queen ten suited. Okay. Thank you. What were you saying, Galen?
I don't remember.
Oh, my bad.
It's okay. It wasn't that important. Oh, I was just gonna give a frame of reference. So like a tournament I have right now, registration just ended. It had 305 runners. There's 128 left, so we're approaching like 35% of the field. So it's a little after registration ends.
They got,
Okay.
We're
Okay.
going to call queen 10 offsuit here like a mad lad.
A mad lad.
they got me again. Is this not a snap fold?
I'm folding. Well, I don't know. It's blind versus blind, to be honest, Louis. You might be calling here.
Yep.
You might be calling here. And it's like, it's not even like bad. It's pretty close.
Mm-hmm. I three bet here sometimes.
Off 18, you're probably folding.
Nah.
Nah.
Definitely fold.
Yeah, you could do it sometimes.
Oh, what happened? What have we done? How did we get here with this hand?
Just,
Now you'll never min cash now.
you'll never be able to financially recover from this.
Okay, so symmetric sim, it's gonna be dirty. Recall?
Uh, call.
Maybe, well, you're covered. You're probably not pranking this guy very much.
Jamming.
You think? Probably. Jamming's probably not crazy.
Gotta put it in.
Or fold.
Or fold.
I'm not folding, to be honest. I don't fold this hand from this position.
Oh my god.
Like,
Oh my god.
your
Oh,
feelings about like pocket pairs or my feelings about like suited connectors from the button?
I know, I know, I know. Know your leads.
Call.
Can we not
Wait.
do that there a little bit?
Yeah, call, 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 call.
Just a
Mhm.
call suited from the big blind. We go with offsuit ones, right?
It's also symmetrical, so you're gonna get a weird,
Oh, yeah, it's screwed. Dude, what is my main event? Everyone's just clicking call, 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 call. This table's
Three
wild.
bet.
do you three bet?
I wanted to
Approaching the
three
money
bet the
bubble.
wheels all the morning and then every time it was like, no, 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 no.
It's gonna be a mix between fold and three bet, not all in, and it's gonna be worth 0.
Ouch.
Fold. Yeah.
You nailed it.
Or just worth 0 outright.
Feel like I'm getting scammed here, honestly. No? They all do it, just not mine.
You're pranking yourself.
All in. Has to be a good jam here.
Is it? Yeah, it is.
Three bet? Or no?
Yeah, he's got a lot
Yeah.
of risk. He's got a lot of risk premium that you don't have. So
Crank it up.
Frank it
Make
up.
his life miserable.
Every time. Sometimes every time. right? Oh my god,
Oopsies. Folding.
Every time.
we're getting ran over.
Fold. Fold.
I like a
Raise.
call here.
You like a call?
Yeah, what do you do against a four bet?
I would raise
Ace
fold.
queen off has not been performing too well today so far, if I recall.
Yeah, you can call or raise fold, I think.
Raise folding, I think is not great.
I
I
play,
like it. I like both.
yeah, seems to be okay.
Raise folding is cleaner sometimes.
You check back here?
Get cleaner feedback.
I think you can raise some.
Do we bully him because we have the big stack?
This hand's gonna perform okay. It's gonna mix between check and raise, I think. No, it just checks.
I was just checking, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Three bet?
Probably does good as a three bet.
Yeah.
JK,
No, JK.
say, the nice queen.
Hmm.
Every suited ace, there's just not ace nine.
You probably fold.
I mean, three bet?
UTG one.
Hmm? You don't wanna do what ace do for
Fold.
three. If I'm gonna do it with ace seven or ace eight, no?
Yeah, ace eight, ace nine. Alright.
That's why I understood today. Against CP. Ace deuce, ace three, you don't wanna do it. You wanna do it ace eight, ace seven.
I guess when we cover, we get to go pretty liberally with these two. You get a lot of leverage where like, they're not gonna call much and they need a really good hand to four bet.
Oh my
Well,
god,
he finds the click, man. We're playing a world-class player today. What are we gonna do?
this is tiring, Danny.
You should jam it. You know what? Show him his boss.
We show him?
You.
Oh my god, Danny.
It's always coming seven. It's
He-
okay.
He was the boss.
For the record, I don't do these plays.
Often.
Feels like a fold.
Yeah, I like fold.
Yep. Mhm.
I love the PKO variant where like you're like, oh, I'm gonna bluff this hand. Oh well, I cover. I guess I'll.
Call.
Oh, it's just ace king.
Just call. We raise the
Call
jack.
it.
You cover them both. Yeah.
No. You call everything. You even call ace queen.
You don't raise ace jack here, why?
No.
Okay, three bet?
A little bit, maybe.
Again. You keep getting us, again and
They're
again.
relentless. Jeez.
Yeah.
We're running into it.
Alright, I think
Raise,
wrap it up for this. Thanks a lot,
raise. Yeah.
everybody.
Mhm.